Alright friends, so now we're going to speak about interesting topic, how to reshape the data inside Power Query. It is something a lot of solo data analysts do in their projects, but if you are working with a full data team, usually the data engineer is going to prepare the data exactly like the Power BI need. But if you are solo, then you have to learn this. So what is reshaping data? It might sound technical, but it is very simple. It means changing the layout of the table without changing the meaning and the values of your data inside the table. So we are just changing the structure of the table without touching the data itself inside the table. And usually in Power Query or Excel, we have two main methods to do that. We have the pivot and the unpivot. So now, of course, the question is what all this means and why do we need it? So let's understand this using a sketch. Okay, so now think about it like this. Our data can come in two shapes. So one shape, it is easy for humans to read. Like for example, we have here three columns, name, January and February. It could be customer or anything. So the first one can be Maria, and it has two values. For January it can be 10 and for February it can be 20. So this is one line of values. Then we have another customer, Ali, for January 30 and for February 20. Those numbers could be anything like sales or quantity. So now if you look to this, it's going to be really easy for us humans to read all the values of Maria in one line. The same thing goes for Ali. But the thing is, for Power BI, this shape is not ideal because January and February, those are now the column names. They are not values. And Power BI cannot go and use the column names in order to do analysis like, for example, the total number of sales over the time. Power BI cannot go and use those values in order to build the visualizations because January and February, they are not values. That's why we have the other shape where we have three columns, names, month, and value. So we're going to have Maria, January 10, Maria again as a new line, February 20, same things for Ali, gonna exist twice. Now, as you can see, we didn't lose any data. We didn't manipulate the data itself. It is the same data, but with different structure. And Power BI gonna be happy and able to build visualizations over the time using those values. But if you look to it as a human, you're gonna see it's gonna be a little bit hard to read compared to the left side, right? Because now if you have to read Maria, you have to read two lines, not everything compacted in one simple line. Same thing goes for Ali. So by looking to this, you can see we have two shapes. A shape that is suitable for us humans and another one that is suitable for Power BI analysis. So now the good news is that we can go in Power BI and switch those shapes as we want. And exactly for this, we have the two methods, pivot and unpivot. So now the unpivot gonna move us from the human-friendly shape into the Power BI analysis shape. So that means we are moving the values of the columns into the rows. So January, February were the column names and now they are the values inside a column called month. This is unpivot. But the pivot is exactly the opposite. So we are reshaping from the Power BI analysis layout into the human-friendly shape. And this means we are moving now the values from the rows, so the January and February, and we are moving them into columns. So they're gonna be the column name. So actually that's it. It's very simple. We are just reshaping without changing the data itself, and we are using those two methods to switch things around. And now as well, you understand when to use what. If you want to present the data for someone that want to check the numbers, then pivot the data into the shape. But if you want to use the data inside Power BI for later to do analysis and build dashboards and reports, then you have to use the Power BI format and you have to use unpivot. So this is the concept. It's very simple. Now let's go to Power BI and practice. Okay, so now for this, I have prepared for you a tricky example, but don't worry, we're going to discuss it step by step and decide on the shape of the data that we're going to use. So again, we are inside Power Query and we're going to go and connect new data. So text and CSV, and go and import sales underscore monthly. So, okay, now we have very simple table. Let's go and hit OK. So we have a brand new query. And now look at this and I want you to answer this question, whether the shape of this data is human friendly or it is ready for Power BI and analysis. So what do you think by looking to this? I'm gonna say this looks really human friendly. It is very clear for me immediately. We have only 4 customers. and those are the numbers of those customers. So it is quick reports where everything is compacted and easy to read. So for example, the first customer, Ali, I can see the January sales, the costs, the February sales, the cost, and same thing for March. Everything in one row, everything is quickly. Same things for the next customer. So I'm going to say this is human friendly, and this is of course catastrophic for Power BI because I'm losing a lot of informations inside the column name. Look at this. I have the month information, I have the measure type, the sales and cost. Everything is actually inside the column name and not as a value inside my table. And of course I cannot go and use those column names in any analysis like over the time, or maybe using it in the filter and slicer. So completely waste of informations in the column names, and we have to do something about it, right? If we want to provide this data for the analysis, we have to bring now those column names as rows, as values inside my table. And now my question to you, what do we call this process? Which method we're going to use? Pivot or unpivot? Well, I'm going to say we are using the unpivot because we are bringing the values from column names into rows. So we are breaking the human easy form into the Power BI ready form. And you can find those two methods if you go to the transform page. So here we have the pivot and unpivot. But now for this scenario, we're going to go and use the unpivot. And as you can see, we have here an arrow. All of them going to do the unpivot, but this really depends on the columns that you have inside your dataset. So for example, if you go now and select all those columns that you want to change, then you have to go over here and say unpivot only selected columns. But in this scenario, I'm a little bit lazy. I'm going to go and select only the first column that is actually will not be changed. And then I'm going to say over here and then unpivot other columns. So let's go and do that and see what's going to happen. Wow, look at this. We went from 4 customers, 4 rows into 4 customers, but with 24 rows. And that's because we had a lot of columns and all those columns went now as rows inside my data. I have way less columns, but way more rows. And this is exactly what the unpivot does. And by default, Power BI gonna give us the attribute and the value. Now I'm gonna say this is way better than before, but there is something tricky. I'm still not there yet because look at the attribute. We have here actually more than one information. We have January sales, January cost, February sales, February cost. And remember in the data transformations, we have said, if you have multiple informations in one single column, it is way better if we go and split it into multiple columns, because it is really hard now to go and consume this column. I cannot go and use it in order to do analysis over the time because it is a text and we have a lot of information inside it. So how are we going to fix this? We're going to go and split it. So how are we going to do it? It's very simple. Make sure to select the column and then right click on it. And then we have here split columns. Now, since they are separated by space, we're going to go and say by delimiter. So make sure here we are selecting the space so that it works. And actually that's it. Let's go and hit OK. Now look at this. This is perfect. I have now dedicated column only for the month and one extra dedicated column for the measure type. Now the last touch that I'm going to do is that I'm going to go and rename the columns because attribute 1 makes no sense. So rename, it's going to be the month, and the other one going to be the measure type. So I'm going to say rename, just going to call it measure. So now with this, we have now the full flexibility inside Power BI to do a lot of things. Like for example, if I want to do analysis over the time, I'm going to go and use this month in order to build the visualizations. And if I want to go and like filter the data based on the measure type, I can go and build a filter or a slicer, and then based on the measure that I want to use, I can go and select the value so that I have flexibility to choose which measure should be used in the insight. So I'm going to say if you leave it like this, then this shape is ready for the analysis, but there is like a twist here and I would like to discuss it with you. Now for the month, I'm going to leave it as it is. So I will not discuss this anymore. It is unpivot and it is totally useful, but with the measure, actually we can discuss it a little bit. Now what we usually do with that, we're going to go and apply the average on the numeric values in order to find the average sales. But in this scenario, it will not work because here we have a mix between sales and costs. The average value will not represent the average sales. It is the average of mixed things. So it will not work unless you do extra steps and some complicated calculations in order to find the value. And same thing if you want to find, like for example, the highest cost. I cannot go to this column over here and apply max in order to find the highest value. It's going to be as well wrong because here I have mixed measures. So what I'm trying to say is that if you leave it like this, you're going to have some struggle applying simple aggregations on your data because you are mixing the measures. Now, if you want to make it a little bit easier, what we can think about is that we can bring those measures back to the columns so that you sacrifice, let's say, the flexibility that you have with this column in order to build filters and slicers. But on the other side, you're going to win some simplicity. I can go and apply aggregations way easier. So now what is the process or the method that's going to bring the values from rows into columns? We call it pivot. But of course, we will not touch the month. We are just discussing the measure. So how we can do it? It's going to be very simple. Just click on it and then go to the pivot column over here. Now this is going to be a little bit more advanced than the unpivot. All what you have to do is to decide on the values that should be aggregated, because now we are reducing the number of rows as we are creating new columns. So that means the data should be aggregated, and what we are aggregating here is the value, right? So we're going to click on it, and on the advanced options you can decide on the aggregate function. So as a default it is sum, which is correct, but here you have different options if you want to choose different aggregate type, but I'm going to leave it as it is. So actually that's it. Let's go and hit OK. Now look at this. We have one dedicated column for the sales and another one for the cost. So you can see the sales and costs are now column names. So now it's going to be really easy to apply the aggregate functions. If I want to find the average sales, I will just go and apply it on this column. And same thing, if I want to find the highest value of the cost, I will go and apply the max function on the cost. So as you can see, my friends, based on the discussion and the analysis that we are doing now, we're going to go and reshape the table that we have. And we are just using those two methods in order to reshape things. But as you can see, we are not changing the content itself. We still have only 4 customers. We are just dealing with only 2 months. And we have those 2 types of measures, the sales and the cost. And the values, they're still the same, but they are aggregated. Or if you unpivot, you're going to go to more details. So we are not manipulating the data itself. We are just changing the layout. And based on the requirement and the analysis that you do, you're going to go and reshape your tables to be suitable for the visuals. So this is exactly how you reshape your data inside Power Query and the reasons behind it and when to use what. Alright my friends, so now if you are enjoying so far the Power BI course and you would like to support the channel, then go and subscribe, like and comment. This really helps with the algorithm to reach nice people like you. And if you're still here, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.